Hi everybody, this is Deanna with the Hayes Daily News, and today we're going to break down our e-edition. We're going to go over how to create a login, how to attach your current print subscription to your digital access account, as well as how to utilize the e-edition through both hdnews.net as well as the app for iPhone and Android. Here is a breakdown of how these times are going to work. If you want to go ahead and skip to a specific section, feel free to go ahead and do that. That way you don't have to listen to the information that you've already gone through. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a comment. I'd be happy to help. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up a browser tab and you're going to go to hdnews.net. In the top right hand corner, you're going to see a square that says login next to the weather. Go ahead and click that and it'll create a pop-up screen. This pop-up screen is where you'll be able to log into your account on a regular basis once it's created. You do have to create the account first. So at the bottom, it's going to say don't have an account, sign up, and then sign up is going to be in blue. Go ahead and click on sign up. Here you're going to create your login. It does not have to match the information that is on your account with us because this is just your username and password that you're creating at this point. So enter your first and last name, the email address that you'll be using to access your e-edition, and then a password that you create for your login. Must contain 8 characters, 1 capital letter, 1 lowercase letter, and at least 1 number. And then click sign up. Now at this point you are logged in, however, we still need to verify your account. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a tab for your email. Here you're going to access whoever your email provider may be. I personally used Gmail at this point for an example. Make sure when you do this that you check any promotions or any additional filter tabs that you may have, as well as your junk folder, just to make sure that you receive the email. It should be instantaneous. However, it may depend on your filter settings and your firewall settings. And you'll see one that says the Hayes Daily News. Thank you for registering. Go ahead and open the email and then click on My Dashboard. Now here you're going to see a Manage Account. Once we have your subscription activated and assigned to your username, you will be able to manage all the information here, which I'll show you how to do later. But as of right now, all we've done is create a login. Your subscription hasn't been attached yet. So that is our next step. In the top left-hand corner, you'll see a tab that says Sections. Click on that and go down to where it says Subscriber and click Subscribe. Now here is where you're going to have a couple of different options. If you're not currently a subscriber, but you would like to be, you can choose a difference. At the bottom, if you already have a subscription, you can click here where it says Register here for unlimited access. And to confirm your plan, obviously it'll be a print one since you already have a subscription at this point. Now you'll notice it skips step 2 where it says create a login and it has a check mark next to it. That's because we just did that and you don't have to do it again once you've created one. The information you put here, this does need to match what you have with us when you created your subscription. So it'll need to be the first name and last name that's on your subscription, the address that your subscription goes to, whether it's a PO box or a physical address, that needs to match. And then your city, state, zip code, and your phone number. And then you're going to click on Verify Address. You now have all of the information attached to your account. And so now you have access to your e-edition, which you can actually access by clicking on either Sections and then going to e-edition under subscriber, or you can click on e-edition from the top menu bar. It'll open a new screen, and here you can access the e-edition's information. There's your sections, Maine, Kansas, opinion. So here we're going to check out last Sunday's. If you click on the actual section, you can access the information in a much more visible and easier print. The other information here is if the article continues from another page, it will automatically load that information from that other page. You don't have to go through and flip a bunch of pages to try to find the rest of that article. It'll automatically load it in the e-edition. If you click the arrow buttons on either side of the page on the left side where it shows the page of the actual print, it will change pages for you. The single arrows just go to the next page. The double arrows will jump to the next section. So if you're on page A2 and you hit a double arrow, it'll take you to section B1. And if you see any information that you really want to click on, like say there's an ad that you're wanting to see, go ahead and click on it and it'll actually show you the full information more up close where it's visible. And you can do this with any section at all that is on our newspaper print on the left-hand side, and then it'll appear on the right. And here is that double click where you see it skip to a new section. And again, if you click on it, it'll show you all of the information. Your photographs will be off to the side where you can see them, and then all of your text will be in a singular area as well. And again, no matter what section you're in, another page, the story will be attached to the rest of it. The top menu that keeps popping down is going to be your access point. So here you're going to be able to see what section you're on. And here we're going to jump over to the comics. You can click on any of the comic strips and you'll be able to read it in a much clearer message. And this shows you kind of the way to be able to access all of this information. And if you happen to not speak English, if you want to read it in another language, you can choose from several languages through our language box. And then when you click on the article, it'll actually translate it into the language that you're needing. And if you don't like the fact that this black screen right here, this black menu bar can disappear, you can click on the little pin tab, the push pin icon, and it will actually remain there. If you want it hidden where it's not blocking any information, you can always click on the double arrows and that will go back to disappearing unless you hover over that specific section. And it's not visible on this recording, but when you click on those boxes, it does show you all of the different sections. When I did the recording, it wouldn't show for some reason. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is, so once you've clicked the My Dashboard and you've verified your email address, a new email is going to be sent to you directly. And this one's going to say access activated. And then if you scroll down on the email, you'll click on My Dashboard again. And this is going to open a window. And here's where you're going to be able to see all of the information about your subscription. It'll show an active subscription and your expiration date. That way you're able to see exactly when your subscription expires. And when it expires, you'll get an email notification letting you know that your expiration date is coming up so you can take care of the renewal on your own. There is no charge for email notifications. It's one of those things where it can just kind of help mainstream things where it's easier to manage. Here you can put all of your payment information in. So if you would like to have your card information on file for your subscription, you can go ahead and enter it here. It is encrypted. And then we've got the vouchers tab. So if you get it as a gift from somebody, you'll see those redeemed there. And then here under profile, you can change any of your information. So if you need a different email or if you're wanting to change your password, you can do those there and click save. Now I'm going to show you how to get the app on your phone. So this specific example is done on an iPhone. However, Android is very similar. So what you're going to do is you're going to open either your App Store or your Play Store, depending on which device you have. And then in your search bar, you're going to search Hayes Daily News. Make sure when you do this that when you open the app, you see the one that has this specific icon, and the developer is Gatehouse Media Inc. So go ahead and hit your download button. Depending on your phone and your settings, you may have to enter a password, verify anything that needs to come up and be verified. Then go ahead and open the Hayes Daily News icon. This is completely up to you whether or not you want to allow notifications. I personally clicked allow because there are certain news articles that I would like to know about right away. However, it is completely at your discretion. It will work either way. When you log in, the very first time you open the app, it will show a login screen that it doesn't show here on this recording. It'll use that email address that we just used to create your login on the website, and it'll use that password that you created as well. It's the same login information. That way, all of the information goes through the same account. So here we're going to see more of the same basic information, but in a different format. If you click on the icon on the bottom left, you'll see the menu pop up where you can see the different sections. So let's go ahead and check out these sections. First off, if you click on the right-hand side where it's got the dots, you'll be able to access previous editions of the Hayes Daily News. So you can go back. If you go to help, it's going to have more of the basic troubleshooting information there for you. I always recommend checking these whenever you discover a problem or you run into an issue on the app, because this can be very helpful in solving that issue quickly. And then if you are having issues and you give us a call, if I ask you which version you have, if you go to the settings section, it'll show you a version and then it'll show you a series of numbers, and that'll help us know whether or not you have the most updated version of the app. So here we've got the same basic function with a lot of smartphone apps, where if you pinch it or you squeeze it, or if you spread your fingers across the screen, it will zoom in and zoom out. And it gives you the option to closely look at the headlines of these sections. If you're wanting to read the article, you can simply tap on the photo of the article or any of the text or the headline, and it'll pop up a new screen. This screen is going to be the information in a more legible way, where you can access all the information throughout the entirety of the article. When you're ready to leave this page, at the top right-hand corner, there will be an X. If you click on that X, it will take you back to the full view of that page. If you click on the bottom of the screen where the 4 dots create a square, you'll see it broken out into sections. So on the top, we have section A for the main paper. You can scroll through and see all of the different pages that are in the main section of the paper. Section B, sports, those will be all of the sports pages, and then E will be all your comics information. So let's click on B3. This will show us information from what showed up on Sunday's publication for sports on page B3. Now let's go ahead and click on a section, and this will take us to the same information where we can read it more up closely. And then when we're ready to close it, we just hit the X again. When changing pages on the app, you can tap on the side buttons, or you can simply swipe left or right on your phone screen, and it'll fluidly change the page as well. So you can view multiple pages without having to tap. You can just slide your finger across it. And this does work for sections that are outside of our standard newspaper as well. So for instance, the kids news, the e-edition, same basic concept applies. If you see something that you're interested in reading, just tap on the headline or in the article text itself, and it will create a new window where you can read it. And at the top, there's always going to be that X in the right-hand corner that you can use to close out of that and view the page itself. If you come across something in the e-edition that you're interested in sharing, if you click on the bottom of your screen where there's a little square and it has an arrow going out of the square, if you click on that button, it'll pop up a menu. On the iPhone specifically, it gives me these options where I can click on an app that I have previously installed, or I can click on Save to Files, Dropbox, I can share it to Facebook, where all of that information is accessible outside of this as well. And then we're going to check out the e-edition real quick just so we can see. So it's the same basic thing, clicking left and right, swiping left and right. You can always see the main or the open book menu, and you'll be able to access it that way. And this gives us the same information. If the photo happens to be chopped where it looks like it's only half of the photo, there's going to be a triangular item or icon on the bottom right of the photo. If you click on that, it will extend both the description attached to the photo as well as the photo, so you can see it in its entirety. And that is our e-edition app. When you're done, just close it out. And that is our e-edition. If you guys have any questions, again, always remember you can comment on this video directly, or you can give us a call at the office, 628-1081. Again, my name is Deanna, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks, and have a great day.